Good morning, you guys. It's Ruthie, and I am currently in the house by myself because Dad is at work and Mum is still in New Zealand because, rather unfortunately, she went over to visit Rachel. That's not the unfortunate bit. The unfortunate bit is that while she was visiting Rachel, she got COVID. And now Rachel has got COVID. So poor old Mum and Rachel are in New Zealand with COVID. And that means poor old Dad is without Mum. So yeah, keep them in your prayers, but don't be too alarmed because we're talking to them regularly and they certainly don't sound like they're dying. And fortunately, well, you know, it's not like it was, is it? So yeah, I'm a little concerned but not hugely worried. Anyway, I think this morning I better do some ironing for Dad because I keep bringing in the washing and I put away, you know, the laundry. I put it all away. And then I get his shirts and I just throw them back into the laundry basket, because I mean the clean washing basket, because I'm like, I can't be bothered doing that. But I think the point has come where I do need to iron them. So I'm going to set up the ironing board and that is how I will start my day. So you may join me if you wish. Come on, let's go. Do you guys want to see my trick for getting a super crisp shirt? I'm quite pleased with this. Tin foil. Oh yeah. You add tin foil under your ironing board cover, and obviously that greatly increases the temperature. And obviously, by greatly increasing the temperature, we increase the crispness that can be obtained. Furthermore, I myself really only believe in the linen setting on an iron. Now it's true, if you do your synthetics on the linen setting, you do need to be careful because accidents will happen. But the thing I like about the linen setting, by the way, really do not take this as a tutorial on ironing, okay? It's not, I mean, I can iron beautifully. I'm saying regarding the temperature thing. I myself favour the linen setting unless I absolutely cannot use the linen setting. Something would probably have to be practically plastic before I even considered that I could use something other than the linen setting. It's just how I feel about it. I feel very strongly on this subject because you guys, if you fluff around with the little synthetic setting, you're there for absolute ages and you go, oh, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? It is so annoying. So that's Ruth's rules for ironing. Put tin foil underneath the covering on your ironing board, and unless you absolutely cannot avoid it, use the linen setting, because, you know, provided you're very mindful, nothing bad could happen. I hope the next scene is not all this smoke coming up, but I'm sure it won't be, because I do actually know what I'm doing. I do. Scorching is a very rare occurrence, indeed. Now, in your ironing adventure, every now and then you will come across a shirt that has a rebellious and stiff-necked attitude, and it has just lain in the ironing pile for so long. It has learnt to think rebellious thoughts, and it thinks, I don't want to be ironed, I don't want to submit, I like to be a crumpled shirt. And we have such an object here. Now, the information I am going to give you is not to be used without discretion, all right? My father is a scientist, meaning he works in a laboratory, and his office next to the laboratory with dusty things like cement. So, what I'm about to show you, I would not recommend if my father was a banker and worked at the, I don't know, financial district in Sydney. I wouldn't do this to my brother's shirt. However, my father's shirt can absolutely stand what I am going to do next. You see that it is quite a coarse fabric. It is not a nice white dress shirt. So, yes, when you get a shirt like this that is rebellious, you have a way of dealing with it, but do not apply it to every shirt use wisdom. Thank you. Also, if you are sensitive to clothes, if you take fabric seriously, you may want to skip the next bit. You may find it upsetting, although I assure you it is highly effective for rebellious shirts. Let us go into the kitchen and I shall show you the second tip. No, the third tip. Because the first tip is use tin foil on your ironing board. The second tip is always use the linen setting unless you absolutely must use something lower. I mean, I have accepted the wool setting. I hate the synthetic setting, but we're not talking about this. And I shall now show you how to deal with a stiff-necked rebellious shirt that doesn't want to repent of its wrinkled ways and become a nice shirt. Come on! Take your shirt, your rebellious shirt, your naughty shirt, chuck it in the sink and give it a bit of a hose down there. I told you that was going to be upsetting for some of you. Now, obviously, I'm not going to twist it too much because that wouldn't be good. Just smack it around a bit. Ideally, you guys, with these sorts of shirts, you take them straight out of the washing machine and you iron them before you even put them on the line. But I'm currently researching a book about ballet and I wasn't in the mood. So now we have this shirt. Actually, I may have pummeled it a bit much. It's looking a bit on the soggy side, but nevertheless, I have broken its spirit. As you can see, it is now a humble shirt. It has rethought its rebellious ways, and it'll now be an absolute dream to iron. And I shall show you in the next scene. Well, it's just possible that I was overly aggressive with my soak it in the sink technique. However, it should be fine. I now wish to bring you to tip number 5. I think I'm losing count. But this is an important one, you guys. Your ironing board has 2 ends. I'm going to see if I can lift this up without collapsing it. There we go. It has 2 ends, and you're meant to use both ends. Lots of people use the scoopy end for everything. And this is a horrible idea. Because if you use the scoopy end, it's very useful for doing, opening up the sleeve and doing, this area here. But if you use that scoopy small end for everything, you will just be ironing and ironing and ironing and repositioning and repositioning and repositioning, and that is so annoying. So, your ironing board has a blunt end for a reason. And when you iron something, especially shirts actually, anything, it's a little bit of a puzzle, and you just sort of have to look at it very carefully and work out what end of the ironing board you ought to be using. So you have to think of it in terms of fitting the garment, whatever part of the garment you're trying to iron, fit it to the correct end of the board. The blunt end of the board is as useful as the scoopy end. And once you know that, I'm not going to say it's going to change your life tremendously, but it does make ironing quite fun because you feel like you know what you're doing. As indeed you will when you realise that both ends of the board are important and you should use them. Indeed. And also, maybe don't soak the shirt to the point it feels like a dish rag, because I may have got a little over enthusiastic, but I tell you what, it is no longer a rebellious shirt. In fact, it is a beautifully broken shirt. And just listen to that symphony of shizzle. I love that sound. I absolutely love it. Well, it doesn't matter how great we are at something. Eventually, we are going to meet our Waterloo. And this, people, is my Waterloo. I mean, what am I supposed to do with them? Look at the list of complaints I have. Okay, first of all, this is a heavy denim, well and good. But you know how I said at the start that something would have to be practically plastic before I rethought my devotion to the linen setting? Well, we have such a fabric. This reflective band is, as far as I can tell, some kind of plastic. So I can't use the hot setting on that. And then, this is perhaps the most irritating thing of all, it doesn't open all the way down the front. So, ooh, what a foul colour for me. I can't believe I did that to myself. It's very hard to do nicely, so actually I don't do it nicely. I just do the best I can, and then I just say, oh well. But while we're on the subject of everyone having their Waterloo, it has long been my opinion, and I should so much like to know your thoughts on the subject, especially if you happen to agree with me, because that would be very exciting. Don't you think more people would know about the Battle of Waterloo and its significance to history if instead of calling it the Battle of Waterloo, they called it the Battle of Loo Water? Yes, you see what a difference that would make. You see how interested you now are if it was called the Battle of Loo Water as opposed to the Battle of Waterloo. I have long thought this, and it's rather nice to have a YouTube channel so I can put this deep historical thought out there. More people would like to know about that battle if instead of being called the Battle of Waterloo, it was called the Battle of Loo Water. But anyway, it's not called the Battle of Loo Water, it's called the Battle of Waterloo, and this is my personal Waterloo, and I always feel like an absolute master of the ironing board until I see this horrible thing. So I shall now turn the camera off because I will not shine while doing this, and I don't think I want you to see my failure. Goodbye! Guys, the time has come. We were trying to save the grape cluster for when Mum came back from New Zealand, but she went and got COVID and it's not going to last. So I'm going to cut our single cluster of grapes, and then Dad are going to split it for dessert. Yummy. Oh, I probably should turn off the camera while I do this, otherwise it's going to go crashing down and get all bruised. But I wanted you to share this monumental moment with us. And also, Mum, who was out here taste testing it 2 weeks ago, can see that we're eating it. It just makes it so much sweeter. Ah, you guys, look at that. Look at that. Our wonderful big grape cluster. Quite impressive. Well, it would be if it hadn't taken the entire vine to grow it. But hey, you know, still pretty yummy. Oh, and we did get it at the right time, because look at that. It's starting to turn into raisins, and as much as I like raisins, I actually want these to be grapes. So I'll take it inside and split it between me and Dad. I'll take it in for Dad, to show Dad. Oh, hello Bob. Bob's looking a bit sad. Oh, poor Bob. He's an elderly Mr. Bob. Sunflowers don't last very long, do they? Oh, by the way, I'm trying to come up with a name for my little blue cottage. So, fellow creatives, artists, inspire me. I shall take the grape cluster. Oh, I might have to go. Is that door going to open, or is it? Bother, I'm going to have to go around the back. It's quite hot, you guys. Oh, and look at this. I wanted roses growing by the arch door. Well, Mum's making a door. So I just put some fake ones up. Do they look pretty? Well, they do on camera. I'm not the biggest fan of fake flowers, but there are some places that they look quite nice. Oh, I do miss the cats. This place would usually be swarming with cats, wouldn't it? Oh well. Have got grapes though. Just got to count our blessings, eh? Oh, excuse the mess. I'm doing a painting for a magazine. Evidence that I do work. I don't just run around picking grapes and cleaning. I'm gonna separate these out between me and Dad. Our entire grape harvest. Yummy. One for Dad and one for me. Or should I go like this? It's one for Dad and 1, 2 for me. No, I'm just kidding. One for Dad, one for me. I hope Mum watches this. I hope Mum watches this and feels that she's not getting any, because she was out there taste testing it for ripeness without me. Oh, I just remembered she's got COVID. Now I feel kind of mean that I even said that. But I did say it, and, well, it's said now. No, I don't think that one's edible. I guess the birds can have that. Go give Dad his bowl of grapes. How exciting. Not bad for 2 people, really. Not bad at all. I was just talking to the camera, showing them our grapes. Our entire harvest of grapes. What do you think? Pretty good.
Good.
Think about how much grapevine it took to grow these. And yeah, very luxurious grapes. Very luxurious. Yum. Good morning, people. Well, today, I don't know if it's my blood sugar or what, I'm finding it very hard to get going. So, while I have my, well, let's not count how many cuppas I've had trying to get myself going. But I thought, oh, this is no good. If I keep trying to wake up till I can do something more energetic, I'm probably not going to get much done. So I thought, well, one job I do need to do is I'm going through our film collection and I'm checking the back and I'm seeing what films can be switched to French, because then what I'll do is I'll move them downstairs into that little area downstairs where Dad set up the DVD player for me, and I'll put all the films that can be switched to French next to the DVD player, because otherwise what's going to happen is I'm going to get down there and I'm going to be like, I need to work on my French, and then I mean, it sounds pathetic, but I won't be bothered to come up and go through all of these films and find something I can watch in French, which means I'm just going to keep watching the same film until I'm so bored with it that I'll decide I hate French, and I cannot have this happen. I must get French. I must get French. So I thought, you know what? Let's just work with it. I'll sit here. I'll have another cuppa. You see, I really am very tired this morning because I haven't even properly soaked and pulled the tea bag out. I was just like, no, that'll get me going. It probably won't, but it's nice to have a cuppa while I do this. So MacGyvers are excellent because I like MacGyver, and well, this is quite cute. Rachel and me found out that Mum thinks MacGyver is quite good looking because he kind of reminds her of Dad when he was younger. Isn't that cute? Anyway, I like MacGyvers, and there's so many hours of MacGyver. Like, a series is great, and MacGyver's really generous with the languages they dub into. They've got English, French, Italian, and Spanish, so this is all very good. These are Romance languages, except English, and I think we've established that I don't need help talking in English. Do you know what Dad said to me the other day? Because Mum's in New Zealand. He said to me, I said to your mother, Ruth's a bit of a chatterbox, isn't she? And I thought to myself, you're only just noticing this. But I'm not going to complain, because Mum noticed it years ago and wrote a whole horrible book in which she called me the mouth and talked about how when I was a kid I never shut up. But I said to Dad, oh yeah, and he's like, yeah, he said, I said to Wendy, I said to your mother. It's funny, sometimes he'll when he gets on a roll, he'll call Mum Wendy, and then he'll be like, oh, I mean your mother. I said, oh, Ruth's a bit of a chatterbox, and Wendy's, your mother's like, oh yes, she is. And then Dad's like, oh. But I don't, he said to me quite kindly, but I don't mind, Ruth, I don't mind. And I said to him, well, that's just as well, Dad, because if you were hoping for silence by the end of this week, you'd be a very disappointed man. And he's like, oh, he laughed away. Anyway, MacGyver's great. Many, many hours of French in MacGyver. Oh, that's just in English, but it's called Stan and Ollie, The Untold Story of the World's Greatest Comedy Act. And I thought I'll just put that downstairs and watch it, even though it's in English, because I love Laurel and Hardy and haven't actually seen that one. Oh, and Pets. Pets comes in French. That's good. Oh, lots of MacGyver. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going through our DVD collection, and I'm finding the ones that they're only English, or they have a target language I'm not currently working on. I just put down there, and then I'll put them back. English. it's quite an arduous little task, but it's not physically demanding. And if I do it, it means that I'm set up for a year of French acquisition with limited effort, which I believe is extremely important. Oh, that's just English. Charlotte's Web is just English. Oh, I like this one. I hope this comes in French. No, just English. Subtitles. Languages. English. French. Woohoo. Oh, I like the little rascals. That's good. You see what I'm saying? French has definite advantages because, you know, it's such a big language, and they dub so many films into it. It's just like I have a whole French curriculum sitting here, at least for the Audible stuff, and sometimes I watch with the French subtitles so I can start to pick up reading, and sometimes I don't because I just want to enjoy the film. I watched Yogi Bear the other day and I was like, I love Yogi Bear, so I watched that with the English subtitles because my primary goal with the films is to keep it fun, because I want to keep going back to it again and again and again, and I think it's working quite well, and the reading is coming along really well. I'm really excited about this. And the other thing is that I can see it's definitely going to open up a lot of information, because it's not just a language, there's a whole Francosphere, which means I'll be able to consume different news outlets. And I said to my brother the other day, I said I try to get as much information from as many different places as I can, but I've reached the point that I'm going to have to start using another language if I actually want to really broaden my mindset. Yes, I know, I also say that the news is not good for me and it makes me depressed and the world is a dark place, but that's the thing. I am somewhat of a collection of contradictions. On one hand, I try to really limit how much darkness I take in, and on the other hand, I do want a broad mind, so I do watch the news and I'm trying to work out how can I get a different set of information. And I think the key here is actually going to be French. So that's the long-term plan. And in the short term, I shall be watching The Little Rascals and thoroughly enjoying it. Anyway, I see my battery is running down. I really am a yapper. So I guess I better turn off this part of the video and plug my phone in. I'm going to have no battery. Back to work. Oh, I hope Emma comes in French. Does it? Of course not. I find that anything BBC generally sticks to English. It's kind of interesting. Hello all. I'm just working on my current picture book, which is about a rat that wants to become a ballerina, and not just a regular rat, a very distinctive rat, a white rat with the little, you know how they have the little pink feet and the little pink tail, because I just think they are the most stereotypically ballet colours you can think of. I mean, obviously I understand ballet comes in lots of colours. I mean, I'm thinking about the Nutcracker and Sleeping Beauty, and even Swan Lake doesn't actually have that much pink in it, does it? But you know what I mean when you're a little girl and you think of ballet and you just think of it being white and pink, and then I saw these rats and I was like, oh, those are so, they were just giving me ballet. So last spring, which of course down here is our September, I started writing the book and I did an illustration, but I forgot the whole point is I want this incredibly pink and white rat. So I have to redo the rat because I drew the wrong variety of rat for this particular book. So yeah, I have to redo that. But the story's coming along quite well. And you guys, this is why I don't show you myself working, because you see how boring it would be if I just sat here and typed and said, look at me working, look at me working. But I thought I would just have a little chat to you because I'm by myself and I'm a bit lonely, and to be honest with you, I'm avoiding this, although I'm doing pretty well for a children's book. I am up to halfway I would say. Oh, and the other thing is that I just wanted to say, because I saw someone raging on the internet randomly. People do rage on the internet. They're randomly raging on the internet how people, you know, they run vlogs or Instagrams or whatever, and they talk like they're talking to their friends, and they can't possibly be talking to their friends because they can't have all these friends. Well, just in case, my YouTube ends up getting lots of followers. I don't know if it will or it won't, and I don't care, actually. That's not the goal for this YouTube. As of the making of this vlog is absolutely made because I am an immigrant, and lots of my friends and family live in other countries, or at least in other towns. So as of the making of this video, when I say my friends, I really mean my friends, absolutely, because that's who I have in my head when I make these things. I have your faces in my head, so it absolutely is for my friends. So when I say my friends, I mean it, because I'm actually thinking of you. Anyway, I really need to stop procrastinating and finish my children's book, because it's really very hard to do the illustrations without the manuscript, and I really want to start just plowing out a book. I think that would be great. But I just wanted to show you that I do sometimes sit down at the computer and work. Actually, I do it quite regularly, but admit it, it's very dull, isn't it? And I'm not even working, I'm actually talking to you. And now that I'm talking to you, I'm thinking what I require is tea. And not just regular tea, an actual proper pot of tea with tea leaves. Yes, that's what I want. So I'm going to go through the kitchen and make a pot of tea, and then hopefully finish, well, at least progress my book on a ballerina who happens to be a rat, or a rat who wants to be ballerina. Okay, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Sometimes, you guys, I'm just in the mood to make tea properly, but unfortunately today, despite being in the mood, I can't find the tea leaves, so we're just going to use tea bags. And if you are actually British, as opposed to being just very British extraction, just avert your eyes. I did look for the tea leaves, but I couldn't find them, and oops, now I'm pouring tea down the side of the teapot. Oh well, so I'll let that seep away. Oh, I've lost the teapot lid. Well, this is not turning out to be all that it could have been. Nevertheless, it is the end of this vlog, because I don't really have anything else to show you. So I guess I will wish you a very happy weekend from the team at ZealAus Publishing, and that's just me, because Mum is in New Zealand with COVID and Dad is somewhere else, and the house lion is still not speaking to us. For whatever reason. I don't know what crime we have committed, but apparently he's very mad, and he's not speaking to us. So I guess it's just me saying, remember, if the world turns dark, turn your home into a lamp, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye bye.